Welcome to the Your Little Castle Show, where we highlight the best experts that make your home into your little castle. Let's go! Welcome to the studio, everyone. Jamie Struthers, and the owner of, with your husband, Midwest Softwash, MidwestSoftwashing.com.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, tell everybody, why is it you decided to get into this fun industry? This is it's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great industry to be in. My husband started back in 2009. He had experienced power washing cars back in his 20s. Unfortunately, that business went under, and so when he had the opportunity to start his own business, he went ahead and did it. He went by himself, building dealership to dealership, and everybody kept asking him, hey, you do such a great job washing our cars. Can you also do my house? Can you wash my concrete? That kind of thing. And so we decided to look more into the industry because power washing houses was not the way to do it. And so that's when we learned about Softwash, and we got Softwash certified through Softwash Systems, and it's been house washing and dealership car washing since then.
Okay, so help people understand. There's a key point here, and I've got lots of important questions I want to make sure we cover, but the truth is when you're washing a house, the historic was they call it pressure washing. And to pressure wash something means power. How many PSI? How strong is that power pressure that's going against your vinyl, brick, whatever you're washing, and that causes problems.
It does, yeah. So unfortunately, if you're experiencing any mold spores, any algae spores, you're actually pushing those deeper into the surface versus soft wash. You actually kill those spores at the source, and so it stays cleaner 4 to 6 times longer. So we always say that we're the safe alternative to pressure washing.
Okay, so you don't want to be pressure washing things into a system that is only going to make things potentially worse.
Absolutely. So you're not actually cleaning the surface, you're pre-aging your surface, and it actually erodes it. So if you want to properly maintain your surface, you're going to soft wash it, and it's actually your manufacturer's recommendation on how you should take care of it.
Okay, that's important. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't realize what's going on there because we were always taught historically, you got to hit that thing with some power, man. You got to make sure and get it nice and clean.
Yeah.
And I thought about, you don't put your clothes in the washing machine and say, blow out everything you possibly can because it's going to make it cleaner. No, warmer maybe, or then we put detergent and everything. So is there a mix when you say soft wash? Talk a little bit about the mix you use that kind of really helps to make the difference.
Yeah, so our solutions are water-based. They're 100% biodegradable. They're phosphate-free. And what they do is they emulsify dirt, grime, mold, algae, bugs, nests, webs. It cleans it at the source, it sanitizes it, it's going to last 4 to 6 times longer, and you don't have to worry about the damage of a power washer.
Yeah, power washing, by nature of the name that you described there, it sounds cool, sounds like that's what you want, but when you have that kind of pressure being put into the system, you're causing damage.
You're causing damage and you're not actually cleaning it. It's just like when you're mowing the grass, it's going to come right back up when you're just using a high force of water. So you want those solutions to get on there, you want it to clean, you want it to sanitize, and that way you have a long, safe, effective house wash. Okay,
we've talked a little bit about how long you've been in the business, and you've been doing this since 2009, right? And that's in any business, that's a pretty long period of time. These days, businesses come and go so fast, but over a decade now. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
What is one major objection people have when they're calling you and they say, but I'm not sure about this? I want to make sure that people understand the things they shouldn't have to worry about.
Yeah, so I think right now we're still in the education process for consumers. They're calling for a quick, cheap power wash. They don't realize that there really is a proper way to do it. Damage can be done to your property if not taken care of properly. And so when we come out, we do a pre-inspection. You get a free, no obligation estimate right there on site. And we're assessing for what property that we're going to need to protect. We have a really thorough landscaping property protection that's included with every single house wash. And so we just go out and we make sure that your house is properly going to be taken care of.
Well, that makes things sound much more at ease when you're talking about putting that kind of a pressure on something. You're going, hey, what are they doing with our stuff? And now you've got the experts saying, here's how you do it. Here's the chemicals that are necessary so that you don't cause damage, but chemicals that are proven to also do the job without causing damage as well.
Exactly, yes. And all of our solutions are 100% biodegradable. They're water-based, they're phosphate-free, they're perfectly safe for your pets, for your kiddos, our environment. And then we're going to come back and make sure that you have awesome plant wash protection, so your landscaping and your home looks beautiful when we leave.
Chemicals that don't cause damage to the environment.
Exactly.
Very important. I know something interesting when we were putting on your microphone. There's a badge you've got underneath there.
Yep.
And so show everybody that. That is, tell everyone why you do that, so you'll explain it better than me.
Well, this is important. So we do a third-party verification with S the Seal for every single one of our employees annually. So before I even come out to do your estimate, I'm going to send you a confirmation. It contains my third-party verification background with my photo ID, so you know exactly who's coming to the property. And before the crew comes to wash, you get the same thing for each of our crew members, so you know exactly who's coming to the property. And we're a family-owned business. We want to make sure that your family's taken care of as well. So having properly vetted employees is very important to us.
Yeah, well, everybody likes to know that they have somebody safe. No one likes to have some crazy looking guy come into the house and they're going, who is this guy? You're verifying that because you've got this background check stuff
Absolutely.
that you do. Make sure that's taken care of. All right, well, leaders in the community doing great work for a long time. What about your business really fuels your passion? When you say, I just love what I do because, and what would you say the reason is there?
We absolutely love working with our customers. Every time that we go and take care of our property, and we're cleaning up St. Louis house by house, building by building, and when we're done, people just can't believe how clean it has. Even if they've had power washing in the past, it's a completely different process. You're really benefiting from it so much, and it gives such a higher level of clean. And so seeing somebody's face and, just being able to take care of their property properly just is the best feeling for us.
You also like seeing their pets, you mentioned.
I do, yes, absolutely.
You get to meet all the pets.
I do, yeah. So I love meeting the homeowners, but who I really want to meet is their pets.
Right. That's great. All right, so I want to show everybody, you've got some impressive reviews. We like to vet the people that before they come onto our show, so we want to talk about, what does it really sets them apart. So Jamie, talk with me a little bit about these reviews you've got here. I'm going to put these up on the screen for everyone to see. So check this out. When you have a company that is getting an average of 4.8, I'll make this so everyone can see what we're talking about here. This is impressive. 4.8 out of 68. With 68, this isn't like 7 reviews and you got a 4.8. You got 68 people that have taken the time, and that's probably 1% or maybe 3% of the whole population will actually fill out a review. So that means you get a lot of clients. But the ones that decided to spend the time to do this, when everybody's mad, they certainly let you know. But even if so, it's because you don't have a 5.0. If you had a 5.0, then we would have thought something was weird. Nobody gets a perfect score, but a 4.8 is darn near perfect. Explain that a little bit. How do you think you've accomplished that?
We work hard for every single 5-star review that we get. And so we want to take care of your property like we would take care of our own property. We want to make sure that you're 100% satisfied from your estimate process down to when we're completely done washing your house. We want to make sure that you were absolutely thrilled and you had phenomenal service throughout.
Well, that's the key. I mean, a lot of people, they make their judgment based on whether they're going to use your service or not based on what other people have said. And word of mouth is great, but some people go, I trust the word of mouth. That's a few people I've talked to. What have 68 other people said? And even more than that. Beautiful work. Great looking website. I want to show everybody a little bit about the website. One of the pages I saw that you have here, this is the About page. I'll go ahead and put this up for everybody to see again also on the screen. But good looking guy you got there with you. That's your husband, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's my husband. Those are our 2 daughters.
And your 2 daughters. And it's a family affair here for you guys, right?
Absolutely.
This is something that the family is all involved with. And they get to know you and your husband with your award-winning service. And that's awesome. I mean, that helps everybody realize they can feel comfortable with who it is that they've got running around their house, spraying chemicals on it. And when that's something that you've got to have done, which just about every house is going to need that done at some point, then they can know and trust and understand who they're working with.
Absolutely. Okay. And another important process for us is making sure that we have annual Softwash recertification courses. So we're part of an in-network company. We're family owned and operated. We are a part of an international organization that have the highest standards of making sure that what we're doing is not only good for property, but it's also good for our environment. And so with that, they have stringent requirements that every year that we get at least 60 hours of ongoing education. And so we've committed to that, and we've made the Good Stewards Pledge to make sure that we're taking the best care of our customers, our employees, and your home or your business.
Well, there we go again, everybody. So when you're going to get something so important done to your house as the pressure washing and soft washing that we're talking about here now, you want to make sure it's done right, because it's an expensive process for a lot of people. To give some people, is there a ballpark? Do you ever talk about price? Or how do people figure out what they're...
we charge by square footage, and so each surface is different. So if we're taking care of your roof, it's anywhere between $500 and up, just depending. And then your house wash, it just depends on current condition, the size, and what we're doing at the property, the scope of work. But we try to make it as affordable as possible. But we are pricing our services to make sure that you have a phenomenal experience, and not just to get them. So we focus on quality versus quantity.
Right, and it's something that's very important to consider, like we said, as an asset that your house becomes. You do not want to take chances with that, because water damage can be a major issue. We were talking about that with roofing, and so if this isn't done right, if the professional perspective is not followed, then you end up with causing damage that could devalue the house.
Exactly.
And that can really become an issue. That's why you need to hire the professionals.
That's right. Well, and the most pressure that we use is 120 psi, which is equivalent to garden hose pressure. And it's also incredibly important to make sure that whatever contractor you're working with is properly insured, to make sure that if anything, does happen, that you are 100% covered as a homeowner, as a business owner. Your property is going to be protected.
Bonded and insured, something that you will want to make sure is the case if you're going to have somebody do such an important service to your home.
It's a big investment. You want to make sure that you're taking care of it and maintaining it. That
is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to make sure and get your house cleaned properly, professionally, with no worries. Midwest Softwash, MidwestSoftwash.com. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Yeah, it's all about content, crushing it. Gary Vee is world famous. He's been on Letterman. I could tell Gary some cool stuff that you need to do, but if you make good looking content that people will remember, it stands out, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, genuine and memorable, and make it relatable.
There you go. Stay tuned for more fun on Your Little Castle Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some of the best you'll find. Welcome, Maurice Love, and the guy who runs the show on his field, the field manager, Jarrell Reed, in the building here in the Your Little Castle studio. Gentlemen, welcome to the Your Little Castle Show.
Hey, appreciate it, Cowboy. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about what you guys do. All-in-one plumbing and construction.
Yes, sir.
That's a mouthful, but you do it all.
We do it all.
Maurice, tell us a little bit about what it is that you specialize in, that you enjoy most about what you do.
Well, basically, we specialize in just pretty much plumbing, home remodeling, simple stuff from the big stuff. So busted up sink to a big pipe underground is cracked and broke, we'll fix it all.
Well, that's important, because there's a lot of people who they need it all fixed. You made a good point that I liked when you said, as a matter of, some guys come in and they can start part of the job, but when you got to get the whole job finished, you got to bring in another whole crew.
Yes.
That adds a lot of overhead, a lot of extra cost.
A lot of extra cost.
All right. Tell us what's your specialty then with regard to doing it all. Why is it that people should call you guys, All-in-One? Because you can explain how that works a little bit.
Well, what I noticed is, before I started my business, I used to work for another big plumbing company. And I noticed that once we come in the house, tear out the walls and everything like that, the customer was kind of left stuck, asking us like, hey, how do I get this my tub back in? How do I get the walls back in? You know, and it's kind of like we had no answer for them. So when I started my own company, you know, I'm like, we gonna do it all.
All right. So Jarrell, you help run things. You've been doing this with the team here for quite a while. I'm going to look up your official title here. I'm going to cheat everybody, but take a look here at Jarrell's title. There he is, the field manager. What's it like being the field manager for this organization?
Oh, it's great.
Because when it's family, you got to make sure you do it right, right? Everybody.
Oh, it's great because I get a chance to do a great job with people that I care about, that care about me. And we actually just take something that we started that was small and make it into something amazing. You know, doing plumbing every day, being around the big guy every day. Man, you can't ask for nothing better.
So you get to learn from one of the best, somebody that has done it, has expertise.
Exactly.
I talked to Maurice a little bit about his background. Certified plumber, certified electrician.
Mm-hmm.
This is all before you started the company. And
Yeah.
if you want somebody, it's not like they did this as a hobby. They worked on it for a little while. They got kind of good at it. You were certified to do this stuff before you did that.
Yeah.
And that's what you bring to the table for your company now too.
Yeah.
And you get to teach these guys all how to do it the right way.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what was the path for you, Maurice? As a guy who says, and I kind of alluded to some of it there, but you're going, hey man, I seen some of the guys do this. I'm working for somebody else. I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
Right. Tell us a little bit about the path. You had a good story we talked about a little bit.
Yeah. Well, when I came here and started from California and started working with one of the big companies out here, you know, it started off just, I already had my own little small construction business when I got hired. And I had a buddy, and I was like, hey, listen, man, this lady needs some help in her basement. You know, how about we go help her out and bust her basement up and fix it for her, you know?
Right.
So we went, did the job by hand with a sledgehammer. Man, bust up about 20 to 30 feet. Fixed her pipes. So I told my buddy, I was like, hey, man, this is a lot of work. So how about we take this money and go get a electric jackhammer, right? He said, nah, man, I got some other plans for my half. So I was like, okay, I went and got that jackhammer and it was off to the races.
All right, and then here you are. So since 2011, I'm going to put up on the screen for everybody. Behind us, we do have the cool logo. There, Jarrell likes that. Looking up behind you there. This TV wall kind of is neat. We've been we built this a while back, so you can put up some cool logos. We'll have Marshawn on here in a minute to talk about it because he helps make all this stuff happen. Your son involved with the business here.
Yes, sir.
And when you have an IT specialist, we've got a special title we made for him. He's the IT director, and somebody who's been doing this and graduated from Mizzou and now off to WashU for a master's degree.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about that too. Okay, so you come here, you start your business. This all started 2011, is that right?
Officially, yes.
Officially, yes.
Yes.
As an LLC or however you get registered.
Yes.
So, what was one of the first things when you were first getting started? Was a hurdle? You're like, I didn't realize this was the challenge, but it made you stronger, made you better. If there's one thing you guys could, I want to hear that from you too, Jarrell, as you've been working here with the company.
You know, is making everybody happy. You know, that's hard, man. You know, that's real hard. But it's not nothing that can't be done, but it's very hard. And we try to go out our way to make sure that everybody is taken care of and taken care of the right way. And hopefully all work out.
Right. Well, that's important. Jarrell, tell us a little bit about that. What's it like? A lot of times the ball is in your court. You're the field manager making this happen. What would you say some of the things you have to, the challenges you have to overcome to make sure you get it done?
Some challenges that you have to overcome will be just, you know, honestly, when concepts, like just having people just understand that certain things that you have to do to get the job completely all the way done, you have to follow through from beginning to end. That's basically like one of the only real concept, you know, only real things that I would say that is kind of difficult is that you have to, when you're starting the project, we have to do it accordingly so that way it could be done correctly. And
conveying to that client, because I guess what you're saying, as I'm imagining this, because I've had a few projects done in my life, and you're going, all right, I seen the final project, make it happen. Right? They're just like, poof, it just shows up. And you're saying, you got to explain that to them. Say, no, here's step one, and we need to clear this. Step two, we got to move these things. I mean, and they're like, wait a minute, I thought you just came in and snapped your fingers, and you got to help them understand. That's not quite how it works, is it?
Yeah. And I can clarify if I can speak on kind of like what he mean on that, Cowboy.
Tell me.
Basically, you know, and you go into a customer home and they want you to do it their way.
Right. That doesn't always work, huh?
And it's like, you know, we don't want you to fall through your floor. We got to do it this way. And it can be a hard task sometimes, so they can, because people they're not plumbers, they're not construction workers, you know. So sometimes it can be easy and sometimes it can be like more difficult, and they don't understand that a lot of times.
Yeah. Throw up on the screen here for everybody. These guys have, we vet our clients. We don't just let anybody on here that hasn't measured up, but you guys have some pretty powerful reviews. So if it's okay with you guys, talk a little bit about these reviews. This is pretty impressive. I'm going to throw these up on the screen for everybody to see. If you can check out, put them on the TV wall, but I'm also going to take over a screen so everybody you can actually, so take a look at our screen there as I put these up, guys. And then tell me, what did it take to earn these things? Because you don't just wake up one day and all of a sudden, bam,
Yeah.
100% 4.8. This is Angie, this is Home Advisor. And then what I wanted to really concentrate on for you guys was this Angie, because here, 26 reviews, 4.8. This is impressive. What is it that you guys do that helps make this happen? I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but give us a little bit more of the overview about how that is.
Well, for me, I just learned that I worked for a great company before for a long time. They taught me a lot, and that was the customer come first. You know, if you're going to be there between 8 and 11, things happen, make sure you're there between 8 and 11. If not, call beforehand and let them know, hey, I'm stuck on the job, but I haven't forgot about you. You know, those little simple things right there, you know, wiping your feet off from the mud coming in.
Right.
People don't understand that those are the most important things right there, you know, seeing a package on the front doorstep and it's, you know, an older lady or an older gentleman in the home, we bring it up to their doorstep and bring it in the house for them.
So it's all the little things that you do that really help make this happen. Go ahead.
The majority of it is the little things, you know.
Well, I've got on the screen behind us. I had this up on the screen for everybody to see. 4.6 also on Google.
Yeah.
So we're between a 4.6 and a 4.8.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys have done pretty well. I think your son might have a little bit to do with help you get those things registered, because it takes somebody that has expertise from an IT perspective.
Yes, sir.
And get that done.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and bring on Marshawn real quick here and talk with your son for a minute. Is that all right?
All right, yeah, no
all right,
problem.
we're going to break for just a second, and we'll be right back here with Marshawn in studio here from ALLN1 Plumbing and Construction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we want to welcome Marshawn. This is Maurice's son.
Yeah.
What's it like working for Dad and bringing those IT skills over?
I enjoy it. I mean, it's been a little bit different. My education at Mizzou, like with IT and data science, it's more medical based. But working with my dad, it's more on the technical side. So it's different, but I like the fact that I kind of get to, you know, apply what I did at school, you know, to help my dad out and help out the business.
All the letter N and the number 1 PC.com takes you right to the website, which is a long website that was very descriptive and good, but this is a short way for everybody to get there. And having some expertise like that, we said, hey, go daddy, boom, and there it is. Marshawn's got that all in place already. Do you count on Marshawn, obviously, a little bit? Is it?
Yeah.
It's helped to have somebody like that? I'm going to put your
Yeah.
guys' graphic. This is a graphic he gave us. It looks pretty good, too.
Yeah, we lean on them.
That's good. Well, let me show a little bit. I have the video, actually. While that's up, I'm going to go over to our background here. But talk a little bit about what it's like for you, Marshawn. Now, going to get that master's degree, but been working with the company. We won't say how young you were when you started, but you've been doing it since Dad started, 2011, right?
Oh yeah. I've been doing everything from helping them bust out basements to helping put together a website and talking to customers, all types of stuff. But yeah, for the majority, I mean, I make all the graphics. You know, I kind of learned how to do a little bit of this stuff on my own, and then,
at school, I also I used to make flyers at Mizzou. So, kind of use what I learned again at school to, help out the business and help my dad out. I do a lot of the customer database management, review and IT management with the internet side. And then I'm also creating an app right now too. So we can manage all of our customers within the app and send out reviews and all types of other stuff.
Check this out, everybody. Marshawn's work here.
Oh yeah, for sure. So this is it's a promo that I made for us. It just kind of lists a little bit of our services, everything from, like we said, general plumbing, repairs, remodeling, and all of the main stuff that we do. We do way more than this, but that's pretty much like the main stuff that we do. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of learned this from school a little bit and just put my own touch onto it.
Well, I tell you, I try to find the unique benefits each client has. It's something that sets them apart, right? Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, the overhead is going to be cut for the clients out there because you have an in-house guy with the expertise. Well, cool. All right. So what we always try to look for is, like I said, the leaders in our community. Those are going to make a difference. That can share with our community the way you get things done, to get to know people a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that's why we do this show. So I just want to thank you guys all for being on here today, because it's rare that you get the whole family type situation these days, it seems, anymore. Yeah. When you got everybody together working hard to make this thing happen, and it's like you're getting it from all angles.
Yes, sir.
Nephew Jarrell, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Nephew, son, and then dad, and that's just really neat to see the way you guys are putting it together and making it happen for St. Louis.
I appreciate it, Cowboy. Thank you for having us.
Well, tell us, before we finish up, what's one thing you love about St. Louis, something you would say, if you're going to visit St. Louis or you're going to be here for a short period of time, the one thing you got to do? Put you on the spot a little bit.
I ain't never been to the Arch, so I can't say that. Let me see,
you probably should then. Right?
Yeah. One thing you got to do.
Are you a Cardinals fan?
Oh yeah, I'm a diehard Cardinals fan.
There you go.
So yeah.
Who's your favorite player historically? You can go back as far as you want.
Ozzie Smith, of course.
Ozzie Smith. You and me both. You saw the picture we had up there.
Yeah.
There's where Ozzie. Fortunate that I met him I met him a few different times at charity events. But Ozzie Smith. Marshawn, what about you?
I like the City Museum. The City Museum is dope.
That is a cool museum. I happen to have just been there the other day. And they've got such incredible history of artifacts and everything that's just kind of blows you away with everything you got there. Awesome, guys. Thanks, everybody, for staying tuned. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Stay tuned for more of our experts that we bring in here and highlight these guys. All-in-one plumbing and construction, all-in-one PC.com. That is a cool website URL for everybody so they can find you very easy. There it is for everybody to see. Appreciate you guys. Good luck, and we'll have you back again sometime soon. Is that cool?
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for more, everyone. Giddy up.